Hey y'all, it's us. Come back at you again. What are you doing, babe?
Team Thomas.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're Team Thomas. So I'm hitting the mic, so if I can make it noise. Team Thomas. Okay, so listen, we're gonna talk briefly about the blended families. We keep hearing about. Well, it is funny because we hear about Christians who are married. Baby, what in the Sam Adam 12 are you doing?
Hey, you gonna be talking to the people. We keep hearing about families and the Christians that's blended.
And they say
What they say?
that I don't necessarily trust a man to discipline my child,
Mm-hmm.
but you're marrying him and putting him in the house with your children where he has full access, if
Unsupervised access.
unsupervised,
Mm-hmm.
if he had any ulterior motives.
Right. Which is stupid.
If you marry somebody
Right.
and you already have children from a previous marriage or
Right.
family,
Right. Or whatever it is.
then
But if you don't trust him to raise your children or discipline, why are you marrying him? That's number one. But even the second thing, which is even more ridiculous. So you marrying this gentleman. You want him to provide for your children, feed them, clothe them, house them, pick them up from school, and do everything that a parent that takes care of them is supposed to do, but discipline them.
but
Yes, make that make sense. So I get all of the responsibilities of raising them, but I don't get the discipline. How is that fair?
how do they think that discipline? Look, I'm gonna call. I heard one guy said
That's craziness.
that you don't get to discipline my daughter if she does something wrong. You call me and I discipline her. So
Not
that leads to, all right, well, go and call my daddy on me.
right, that's not gonna happen. If I gotta call you, she need to come and stay with you. You can't stay with me.
I'm trying to figure out where these thought processes come out.
That is utterly ridiculous.
Let's talk about these names.
What name?
People that call their step parents by their first name.
Oh, that's diabolical work.
If you don't leave your daughter, my daughter says that all the time. So here's the thing.
Crazy work.
I've heard people say Mr. Cedric, Miss Angie, Miss who, Miss whatever, and call the person that is in their house, paying bills and provided by them, Cedric.
Ain't no way.
Now, you can find a name because I know that it's a touchy subject, especially if the parent is involved, whether it's mom or daddy, whatever.
Listen, you call me whatever you want, as long as it got a Mister
In front
attached
of
to
it.
it. You better believe it.
But you gonna call me Angie. I'm at home with my daddy and Angie.
No man.
Say what?
No man.
I don't, and people say, well, it's not a big deal. But
Sure it is.
Mr. and Mrs. is a sign of respect.
That's why these youngins are out of control now, because they are not taught respect in the home, and they outside doing all type of craziness, cussing and acting crazy in front of adults and grandparents. Like we didn't do that when we was coming up because we were drilled into our head to respect our elders. That's it. Period.
Well, now and then back then, somebody else could discipline you. You didn't have to wait till like they were like that's Core Boy or that's
you get
Freddy.
grabbed up by somebody you don't even know.
You don't even know. And before you get home, they done told your mama what you did and told them that they yoked you up. And then they mad because
you got yoked up, embarrassing me.
Me.
But listen, now yoked up. Sometimes you get a whooping before you get home by some of them, and then you get home, you gonna catch another one.
Well, that's what I mean by yoke. I mean you get yoked up. That's what I thought it was. But I'm trying to figure out how does that make sense to anyone that a child can call everybody Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
And then call.
But listen, we make our kids say that to just adults in general, let alone somebody that I'm married to, that's my soulmate. But if you love somebody, why would you want to put them in that position anyway? I want to make you go. It's already a tough situation with kids that are from someone else.
Yes.
That's already a convoluted, messy situation.
Especially when you're especially if you have a baby mama or a baby daddy.
Right.
or ex-husband,
But
ex-wife.
that's why God designed relationships and marriage the way He did. It wasn't designed to be step this and step mom and dad. It wasn't designed to be that. But we messed it all up and fouled it up. So that's why it's as convoluted as it is. But somebody already willing to step into that situation, you need to make it as seamless and as stress-free as it can be. Not saying it's going to be, because it's not. It's going to be very stressful.
Yes.
I'm just saying as it can be. So you don't need to add additional layers of disrespect and not being able to discipline the child. Now, what that looks like to you is fine. That's what you talk about before you get married. What it's going to look like. Because some people don't believe in spanking or whatever. That's fine. That's your business. But that should be agreed upon and nailed down before the nuptials are exchanged.
I think sometimes people get to be so in love that they don't want to talk about blended families.
Right.
But if you are with somebody in a serious relationship and you are thinking about marrying them, how you discipline, what role you play,
Right.
what they're going to call you is a conversation you had before. And I know people are like, well, I'm not old, but it's the respect factor. If that child go outside and they be like, this Joe, and my mama, it's like,
right.
You know, people say, put some respect on my name.
Right, but you don't even have to even. I mean, there's so many different things you can say that are acceptable. Like I said, it doesn't have to be Mr. It could be like, this is my stepdad. This is my mom's
dad.
This is my mom's husband.
Right.
I mean, there's so many ways you can go about it without saying this Jimmy. This Jimmy.
Right.
My mom and Jimmy.
But you know, the biggest problem with the whole thing is that we no longer, we're so busy saying, I'm not, you hear people say Mr. and Mrs., they be like, I'm not old, don't say that. No, it's a matter of respect.
Right.
It could be somebody that's younger than me, but like my old boss, who we saw yesterday, she's not the same age. I had a boss that was younger than me. But it's still Mr. and Mrs. because I respect the position.
Correct.
And you respect people, whatever I'll say, yes, ma'am. I don't call me no ma'am, ain't old. Now if I called you heifer doodle head or something, you'd be looking crazy. Let me give you the respect that I'm in it. And this ain't they get mad, but if I'm accustomed to saying yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, how you gonna get mad because that's what I'm saying? And it's a respectful thing. I ain't calling you out your name.
But that shows you how far out of whack the world is getting.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to get married, you need Jesus in it. And you need Jesus before it. You need Jesus in it. You need him after it, all the way through it. Because, especially when you have blended families are not easy. Because do you discipline the child? Right. If you have other children that you add to it, then do you treat, does that bonus parent treat the child like their child, or is their child a golden child and these childs are rejects, or are, you know, it's a delicate thing, and it will cause tension, and it has caused divorce because children didn't ask to be put in this situation.
Yeah, but like you said, we talk about divorce of the people, but the effect that it has on the kids as well.
Yes.
Is you know,
because if you have
life altering.
If you have children from a blended family, that means there was already some type of separation that happened.
Right.
So they've dealt with some divorce or something before.
Loss, right.
So if that's the case, then there's already been some type of disruption to their life. So you're gonna do it again?
Right. And kids are not stupid. They know if you have a discord with your spouse, and they're going to play to that.
So just all we're saying is you need to have a conversation with your children and with that potential wife or husband. What are they going to call me? And it shouldn't be by your first name. I don't care what you talk about. I don't care what age the children are. You put some respect on my name because I am your mother's husband. I am your dad's wife. You do not call me by my first name without putting some respect on it.
Right. And they're not worthy of that respect. Shouldn't be married.
I said respect. That's what the boy said. Birdman say, put some respect on my name. I'm not playing with you. Call me by my first name. I don't have no friends that's 21. I don't have